And live here on Home Team Sports, the Washington still with a 3-goal deficit. Teams exchange two teams exchanging a pair of second period goals. The Penguins leading after 40 minutes of play by a score of 5-2. Welcome back. Right here in our Home Team Sports Intermission Studios, the Washington Capitals still with 20 minutes to get back in this hockey game. They trail by 3. And let's get a look at the scoring track, sponsored by Track Auto, bringing you up to date on all the scoring plays here tonight. The Penguins get going at 1:14. Phil Bourque's 12th goal of the year. And the ex-Baltimore skipjack drawing assists from Cullen and Ricci. It was Pittsburgh 1, and the Caps no score. Pittsburgh made it 2-0 at 3:29. Tony Taddy, the ex-Vancouver Canuck from Lemieux and Stevens, and that was his 15th of the year. And then Lemieux scoring at 12:31, making it 3-0 after the first 20 minutes. The Caps finally break the goose egg in the second. Michael Pavanka, his 13th of the season. Tucker and Kleinendorf's drawing assists. Then at 5:14, Pittsburgh comes right back on Bourque's second of the night. The Caps regain, or actually make it a 2-goal hockey game again, as Leach scores his 12th of the year, and then Pittsburgh scoring copy number 16 from Peterson and Airy at 6:14. The Washington Capitals trailing by a score of 5-2 after 2 periods of play. Well, we've got a feature for you here in our second intermission. There are many, many weird names in the National Hockey League. We're going to get a look at a few of them right now in Names of the Game in hockey.
Did you ever think that hockey players have musical names? Here's songwriter Dick McCormick's Names of the Game.
For action, for hard hits, hockey's the game. It's got the Stanley Cup, it's got extraordinary names. Quackenbush, Dead Marsh, Hector Marini, Zarles Zalapski, Zelio Topazini, Cleghorn, Titanic, Poopa and Grip, Kraft, Check and Crashley, and Tugnut and Kidd. Hockey's got the fascinatingest names you ever heard. Some names strain your brain, some names tickle your ears. Yuri Siwa, Can of Geezer, Lavender Waters, Coffee, Beers, and Beezer. Baldy and Bronco and Newsy and Ching, Rocky and Teeter, Boom Boom and King. Hockey is talent. Hockey is guts. Hockey is the names that make you say what? Every good fellow, Fiddler and Dunk, Hoke and Lube, Balkan, Half M's and Bunk, Gump Worsley, Dick Clapper, Fern Flamin, Moose Vasco, Turk, Mud and Zombo, King Kwong and Zuhako. Hockey is the game where the thrills are so fine. The plays got precision and the names blow your mind. Flesh, body, turkey, toe, leg, and duck. Backers, bent, corny, and just good enough. Some play meticulous, some play insane, but the names of the game, oh well, what's in a name?
Names of the Game, and that's just part of our hockey bloopers tape that we can make available to you as we get a look just how you can get your tape. We've had many of those features right here on Home Team Sports, and that's the Super Hockey Bloopers, Post Office Box 68618, Indianapolis, Indiana, and that's a zip of 46268. Or you can call tonight, and that's toll-free at 1-800-521-8500. Super Hockey Bloopers available to you through Home Team Sports. Stay tuned. More of our second intermission ahead. The Washington Capitals trailing the Penguins by 3.
The Subaru Legacy L-Wagon and the Volvo 240D L-Wagon. Which one is the bigger value? Well, the Subaru Legacy has lots of standard features the competition doesn't, like more horsepower, power windows, and more combined legroom, all for about $4,700 less. So it's clear the Subaru Legacy really cuts the Volvo down to size. Test drive the exciting 1990 Subaru Legacy.
This graph shows how ordinary gasoline builds up deposits on intake valves. On the road, it can cause hesitation, loss of performance. But when Texaco's System 3 gasoline was used, valves actually got cleaner. On the graph, it looks like this. On the road, it looks like this. After after 5 tanks, it gets even better.
Labatt's Blue.
Evening is nice. I hurry to
Clean. Crisp.
Labatt's Blue.
turn to the right.
Imported beer from Canada.
We'll lead you to mine.
Labatt's Blue.
Laziurus borealis, Didelphus marsupialis,
Many creatures in the animal kingdom come out at night.
Tyto alba.
Some are more exciting to watch than others.
Monday nights at 6:30, tune in to Home Team Sports for the Washington Post Sports Talk, a weekly program featuring Washington Post sports columnists and guests, plus interviews with fans on the street about the hot topics in sports. Every Monday night at 6:30, it's the Washington Post Sports Talk.
It's the Penguins 5 and the Capitals 2 after 40 minutes of play here at the Capitol Center. Mike Fornes and Al Koken welcoming you back once again here on Home Team Sports. Each team scores twice. A lot of goal scoring for both sides, more even in that department. And the Caps outshoot Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh still has a 3-goal lead.
Well, the Caps did what they had to do early. They got the first goal of the period. Then the two teams traded fluky goals, so you're still dead even. But it's that coffee goal, the final goal of the period, that really could prove to be the fatal one for the Washington Capitals. Let's first show you the Capitals shot chart. They certainly came on in that second period, had plenty of scoring opportunities, and got a couple by Tom Barrasso. Some good work by Cicerelli. You see a lot of shots by Hunter. And let's show you, though, how the Capitals get that first goal. It's a terrific play by John Tucker. Now, here's Kleinadors, and here is Tucker being wrapped up in here. Now, Kleinadors will take the shot. Watch how it gets stopped there. Doesn't really get through. Tucker has got to stop it as he's falling down and still is able to make the play. Right there to Pavanka. Now, stop it right here. Tucker has slid the puck here to Michael Pavanka. Here goes Dino Cicerelli in to screen Tom Barrasso, and Pavanka just rips it right by Tom Barrasso. Nice setup by Tucker. Good screen supplied by Dino Cicerelli, and the Capitals get that first goal of the second period. A big one. The Penguins come back, get a fluky goal, but then the Capitals get a real break of their own as they get a goal that's kind of a lucky one of their own. Ivan Korovo digs into the corner, works down the boards, and when he throws it in front to where Tom Barrasso has got to play it, look at what happens. Stephen Leach driving to the net, Korovo just centering it. Barrasso decides to do everything himself, and when he throws it back up ice, he banks it right off Stephen Leach, and it gets past him, and the Capitals were back to within 2. And this building was rocking.
6 of the Washington shots were from Jeff Courtnall. You've got to feel that things are going to break through even in a game like this. It wouldn't be uncommon to see a couple from a guy like him as hard as he's working.
Well, he's working hard. He's trying to get things done. He was been pushed down to that 4th line, but really has been showing Brian Murray he deserves a little more ice time and certainly should get it in that 3rd period.
Let's take a look at Pittsburgh's shot chart and show you how they fared during the second period. Pittsburgh not getting off very many shots at all over the Washington Capitals. And certainly when you talk about domination, Washington came back shot-wise at least to hold the Penguins at bay. With Pittsburgh only getting 6 shots on goal during the second period at all.
Well, you know, the one, though, that killed him, as we mentioned, is that coffee play. And the Capitals did a better job of being responsible, particularly through the neutral zone. But they did let the dangerous Paul Coffey get loose. And that's a man you can't let him get by you. The forwards have got to be aware of where Paul Coffey is every time he's on the ice. Let's show you. The Capitals have everything pretty well cleared off here. people being taken out. You got the matchups. Now what happens is you got John Tucker here and Dino Cicerelli here. They've got to be responsible for the point men. But you see where they're looking? Over here, in the case of Cicerelli here. Now watch the way Cicerelli will come in and get involved in this matchup. What happens is into your screen is going to come Paul Coffey. Now, he normally plays on that left side, moves around, though, very terrifically, and you'll see how he gets open. I think maybe Cicerelli has got to be looking more back at him. Stop it right here. Here he comes. He's all alone now, as Cicerelli came out when there was a matchup already done. Tucker is out of the play here, and Paul Coffey's just going to get the puck, skate in, and rip that shot by Bob Mason. As I said, that really is the big goal. That's the goal that could make all the difference in the world in this hockey game. It restores the Penguins' 3-goal lead, and now has got to make the Capitals continue to fight uphill. And 3 goals, even though the Penguins give a lot of chances, is an awful lot to make up.
We'll be back with play-by-play in the third period after this.
Across the nation, millions hail the return of a great American. The Big Twin is back at Hardee's, accompanied by crispy curls fries. It's a classic taste with a new twist. Thousands will turn out for the big taste of 2 burgers, lettuce, cheese, and Big Twin sauce on a seeded bun. Hundreds will thrill at the specially seasoned crispy curls. Yes, America, the Big Twin is back. Who says history doesn't repeat itself?
Genuine draft.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
Don't pay high Washington area prices. Visit All-Star Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle in Prince Frederick, where they feature Chrysler's guaranteed rebate. Like on a 1990 Dodge Caravan, you pay just $247 a month. On a 1990 Loaded Omni, you pay $173 a month. A luxurious 90 Chrysler New Yorker, loaded with automatic air conditioning and more, just $325 a month. All-Star Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep Eagle, Pennsylvania Avenue Extended, Route 4.
Swing for the fences. Go for the goal. There's no time to just lie around, waiting for opportunity to hit you in the face. Be the MVP in a Super Bowl of fun. America's funniest home videos. Sundays on the ABC Television Network.
And we're back live here on Home Team Sports. The 2 teams back on the ice for the third period. Want to wish a member of our home team sports staff, who's back at home, resting comfortably after a bit of an automobile accident earlier on this week. John Niehaus, our normal technical director here at Home Team Sports for Washington Capitals hockey. John, we know you're recovering at home. We miss you, and get back here as quickly as you possibly can. Also want to take care of some business and some birthday greetings. Captain Bill Brooks, who is one of the custodians of the penalty box, celebrating a birthday, and Captain Brooks, 57 years young. Happy birthday, Captain. Let's go upstairs now for third period action and rejoin Mike Fornes and Al Coca.
Obviously a very stressful life that Bill Brooks leads here at the penalty. I mean, out on the streets and patrolling the highways of Maryland as he does so well and has for so many years. That's stress, but he has a great time down there.
It's his way of relaxing to come to a hockey game and work that penalty box after being the Bhagwan of the Beltway all day long.
Looking out for those renegade bus drivers, I imagine, right?
You bet. Here we go with period 3 as the Capitals trail the Penguins 5-2. Still 20 seconds left on the Paul Coffey penalty. As Washington's power play is still underway. Jeff Courtnall in the corner. Throws it behind the Pittsburgh net. Here's Mike Ridley to work it free. Back to the blue line. Hatcher keeps it in. Now over to Mike Ridley. His shot deflected into the net for a goal. Dale Hunter should get the goal, and the Capitals now are down by 2. It's a 5-3 game on the power play.
Well, here we go again. Watch Dale Hunter. He's the man who's going to get his stick on this drive. It's going a little bit wide.
Almost like he's out there bunting a baseball. Dale Hunter is able to pick it out of the air and pop it home. I think the penalty to Coffey might have just expired. You'll see him coming into your picture. But it should be Dale Hunter to get this goal, and the Capitals once again get the first goal of the period, and certainly have got some life. The 2-goal deficit can be made up.
Hatcher and Ridley get the assist at 28 seconds, just 1 second after Coffey came out of the box. So it's not a power play goal. And it's a 5-3 game. The puck cleared out to center ice. And now Hatcher takes over again for Washington. Throws it back inside the Penguin zone, and it's gloved there by Barrasso. Leads it up the right wing boards. Bruce puts it back in the corner. Kelly Miller has it taken away. Lemieux starts out to Tanti. Drives it into the corner of the Washington zone. Tanti bumped, elbowed by Hatcher. The puck cleared over now to Murray. Rob Murray to Hatcher. Back to Drew from the right wing. Out at center ice, it's picked off by Cullen. He walks in, fires, a save to Mason. Is allowed all kinds of room with a rebound. Yet Mason again stops John Cullen. Caps defense didn't do a very good job of containing Cullen on either the shot or the rebound, but Mason did. And that keeps it at 5-3.
A classic case of not playing the man. Kevin Hatcher allowing Hunter to shoot, or allowing Cullen to shoot, but as soon as he gets this puck away, you better take him out of the play. But you see how Kevin Hatcher was down and couldn't get back up in time, and a clear rebound for John Cullen, and 2 sparkling saves by Bob Mason. Keeps his team just within 2 goals.
Well, they give credit for the goal to Ridley from Hatcher. And I really thought it was Hunter's goal on the deflection. We'll see if they change it. But they give it to Ridley. Corriveau chases it in behind the net. Over to Corriveau. Now back at the goal to Leach. Taken over by Mark Recchi. Here's Recchi to center ice. Gets across the blue line with Bork. Bork in the corner. Tries to center. Johansson's right on it. Leach chases Cullen. Nails Cullen to the boards. There's going to be a penalty here. See how badly Cullen's hurt. He gets back up, and it's going to be a cross-checking call. And fortunately, Cullen apparently has not sustained any injury, or that would be it for the game. They're putting Hunter in the box. And now there'll be a Pittsburgh power play.
Sergeant Dennis Curl, a downtown cop, whose greatest threat, back off, isn't in the streets.
You're under arrest.
It's his new partner in the seat beside him.
This man is barely smart enough to keep the seat warm.
Downtown, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Dale Hunter with a visit to the birthday boy, and Bill Brooks has just given Dale Hunter his usual Diet Coke. Here's the penalty. Both Leach and Hunter nail John Cullen. Hunter is going to get the call for cross-check. He's 2:20 is the time of the penalty.
Linesman Pat DiPuzzo ready for the drop, and the Capitals get the draw. Here's Hatcher. Off the boards to center ice. Taken by Coffey back at the line.
Penguins using Barry Peterson to take that draw, but now he'll drift back and work the point on this power play with Coffey.
Kelly Miller mugged as he crosses inside the line by Kevin Stevens. And the Penguins come back. Tony Tanti out to center ice. Gives to Lemieux. He's elbowed in the head by Rob Murray. Lemieux with the puck in the corner. Lemieux centers it. Over to Peterson. Back of the goal again for Mario Lemieux. It drifts all the way to the point and comes outside the line. Coffey back to chase it. Over to Barry Peterson. Peterson across the line. Mario Lemieux. Checks, and it's cleared out to Michael Pavanka. Here's Pavanka. Skating in, fires up high, off the glass, and Chases his own rebound all the way back to the Washington line where Sheehy captures. Neil Sheehy off the sideboards and back into Pittsburgh ice. 40 seconds left in the Hunter penalty. Offside called here against Pittsburgh.
We have an additional assist on the fourth Pittsburgh goal. The goal came at 5:14, and the second assist, number 8, Mark Recchi.
Giving Mark Recchi an assist now on the second goal scored by Bork. The fourth Pittsburgh goal is now Bork from Delorme and Recchi. I still think they'll change that Ridley goal to Hunter.
Unless it got off a Pittsburgh player right before it went to Dale Hunter. It certainly looked like Hunter got it there with that stick out. 38 seconds left to go in this Hunter call. Bobonka and Truce, the penalty-killing forwards, Rouse and Kleindorst out there. Cullen will take this draw. Lemieux is out there with Brown, Zalapsky, and Coffey.
John Druce shoves it out to center ice. Taken there by Zarley Zalapsky. Inside the Washington zone to Mario Lemieux. 24 seconds left in the Pittsburgh power play. Here's Lemieux. And he sends it all the way past Coffey, all the way down the ice.
Well, the Caps now really trying to concentrate on Lemieux, not letting him make the easy pass if possible.
Here's Lemieux. Back to Paul Coffey. Fakes over to Zalapsky. Down to Lemieux. Back to the point it goes, and Coffey keeps it in. Taken away. And here comes Ridley to start back. Ridley across the line to Rice. He's alone. He shoots. Barrasso makes the save. Ridley jams up Zalapsky, and the puck comes free to Courtnall. Courtnall into the corner. Played off the boards out to center ice, and Rob Brown. He finds Lemieux at the blue line. Mario Lemieux centers. It's taken away from Cullen. Back comes Courtnall for Washington. Shot by Courtnall from point-blank range, and it stopped. He was right in front of him and couldn't get it past Barrasso.
A lot of bouncing pucks out there. The Penguins victimized a couple times on that power play, particularly on some passes from Lemieux. He had Peterson set up once. The puck bounced away from Peterson. He had Coffey set up. Now here's another bouncing puck that's spinning around, and Courtnall drives it high into the chest of Tom Barrasso. Barrasso, Mike, also may have been just dazed a little bit because on that earlier 3-on-2, Bob Rouse sent a shot into him and then followed it up and made a lot of contact with Barrasso. Tom Barrasso, certainly a very big goaltender, but he looked like he was shaken for just a moment after the collision with Bob Rouse.
15 minutes to go, third period. Caps down by a pair. 5-3 the score. Washington has outscored Pittsburgh 3-2. If you wipe out the first period, that's been the difference. The slap shot goes way up into the crowd. Washington falling into a 3-0 hole in the first period thanks to goals by Bork, Tonti, and Lemieux.
Bader doing a pretty solid job out there tonight. Paired quite a bit with Kevin Hatcher. Fellow PEI native, assistant coach Doug McLean. So I know our viewership certainly has jumped up quite a bit. Now up in that wonderful Prince Edward Island. Ken Painter joining the guys.
Hatcher brings it out to Tucker. Cleared off the corner boards. Bobonka back to take it over now to Dino Ciccarelli. Bobonka tries to work it free. He's jammed up on the play. Here's a whistle and a penalty. Cross-checking the call. Delorme pleads his case with Bill McCreary, but to no avail. Washington will have the power play.
People around here know lasting value is best. That's why over the last 2 years, almost 500,000 truck buyers have bought the best. Toyota trucks. The #1 truck in customer satisfaction. Toyota 4x4s beat Ford Ranger with a bigger payload, better horsepower, and more towing capacity. Toyota 4x4s deliver higher retained value, big projected ownership savings, and a lower sticker price. That's lasting value. See your Toyota dealer. We deliver value today and tomorrow.
DeLorme in the box for cross-checking at 5:40. This is very similar to the penalty that Hunter got earlier in the period for cross-checking Cullen from behind. I thought this was more like it could have been a boarding call. DeLorme's stick really got completely across the back, but did send Pavanka flying, and the call comes to give the Capitals another power play opportunity.
Hatcher loses control at the point, but manages to hold off Airy. And Pavanka's back to chase it. Now to Tucker. Airy starts to center. Shot blocked by Hatcher. And Johansson back into the corner after it. Michael Pavanka works to center. Shoves it across the line. It's played out of the zone, and Johansson back to get it. Now over to Hatcher. Hatcher leads it ahead. Pavanka at center ice and turns the corner to start out. Right wing pass. Cicerelli puts it in the corner of the Pittsburgh zone. It's played off the glass and all the way back into Washington ice now. And racing after it is Mark Recchi. Recchi rubbed out by Johansson. The puck behind the goal. Recchi centers it, and it comes right out to the blue line. Here's a 3-on-2 Washington break. Ridley to Hunter. Ridley behind the net. Out in front to Courtnall, and he shoots, but it's wide. The puck standing on edge, and Courtnall couldn't get it all. The Penguins clear it. Here's Painter back into his own zone. Leads a pass out to Ridley. Right side for Courtnall. Kite plays it off the glass, and this bounces back into Washington ice. And Bob Rouse is back for it with 15 seconds to go in the DeLorme penalty. Capitals power play starts back. Into the Pittsburgh zone. Cleared to the point. That's past Rouse. And now Painter back to retrieve. The Bluebirds come out. Here comes Rouse to center ice. Drives it into the corner. Deneen in there after it, but he's bumped by Corriveau. Corriveau tries to dig it free. Recchi into the skates of Courtnall. Fires, and Corriveau ice had the puck in between his skates. And before he could get a shot off, Barrasso has the puck. The penalty's over. And play is stopped with 12:01 to go here in the third period.
Once again, it was only until after the Pittsburgh penalty expired that the Capitals finally got a good scoring opportunity. Corriveau with a deflected puck. Barrasso stops. One of the better games I've seen Ivan Corriveau play in quite some time, and it's vitally important that Corriveau, Leach, John Druce, Rob Murray, all these guys have got to step up their play. It's got to be a lot more consistent. This is the type of game Ivan Corriveau has got to play night after night after night.
Sheehy and Druce trying to work on Tanti. Now it's sent behind the net for Zarley Zalapski. Right wing pass. Deneen sends it all the way down, and Kleinendorf is back to get it. Scott Kleinendorf works to center. Gets it across the line. DeLorme quickly turns it around back to Washington territory. Here's Sheehy. Off the right wing board to Hunter. Into the corner. Dale Hunter comes on, fires off the side of the net. Back to Hunter in the corner. He's checked on the play. And now Lemieux starts back for Pittsburgh. Mario Lemieux, the Washington line. On his backhand and lofts it way up into the crowd. Now Sheehy and Stevens start to discuss the shoving that went on that resulted in the Washington net being pushed off the magnets.
See, all three coaches tonight, Mike, behind the Capitals bench. Robbie Laird normally on the headset. That's Laird to the right of your screen. Doug McClain to the left of your screen with Brian Murray in the middle. Usually Robbie Laird on the headsets to Doug McClain, but all three have been behind the bench all evening long, and Robbie Laird has been mostly behind the forwards and trying to keep those guys going with some comments. Doug McClain then with the defensemen. But shaking of lines. A lot of other shakeups going on to try and break this 6-game losing streak that the Capitals are burdened with.
The draw will be near the top of the circle, almost directly in front of Bob Mason. That's a rule change that I don't like. I'd rather see that face-off in either one of those circles than directly in front of the goaltender.
Where the shot came. Puck was last touch before it went out of play.
Here's Cicerelli. Cleared across the line and back inside the Pittsburgh zone. Bumped hard with DeLorean. At the point. Hatcher gets a stick on it, but Rob Brown works the center. Here's Brown across the blue line. On the left wing. Tries to get by Hatcher. Centers it. And it's played away by John Tucker. Pavanka in there. Hangs on with Airy, but now the puck is frozen. And play is stopped.
Old Filtered Miller Genuine Draft brings you what's on tap. We'll look ahead here at programming on Home Team Sports. Tomorrow night, Philadelphia 76ers will be here at the Capitol Center to take on the Bullets. We'll have that game for you at 7:30. Then the red-hot New Jersey Devils come to the Cap Center on Tuesday, the 16th of January. We'll bring that game for you also at 7:30. And then the Bullets, the Milwaukee Bucks, 2 nights later, another 7:30 tip-off. All that coming your way on Home Team Sports.
Mike Ridley to oppose John Cullen. With the Penguins in a 5-3 lead. Here's Courtnall up the center ice. Throws it back inside the Pittsburgh zone. Zalapsky plays it off the corner boards, and it's grabbed by Courtnall. Back to Mike Ridley. Alan May leans in, tries to work it loose. It's on the back of the netting. And now Zalapsky holds Ridley there as well. And the whistle blows.
Capitals just had every opportunity, Mike, as soon as they cross that red line, dumping it in, trying to chase after it and get their forechecking working. They've created a few turnovers, but Pittsburgh has done a very nice job, better than I can remember them in a long time. When that first Capital forechecker goes in and make contact, usually with the defenseman, almost in every case there has been one man behind that defenseman to help out and sweep that puck when it comes loose.
Here's a steal. Courtnall right in front for Roush. Off his stick, it's played by Bork. Bork rushes to the blue line, up to Zalapsky. Wrist shot blocked by Johansson into the corner. Back comes Jeff Courtnall. In across the blue line of Pittsburgh. Looking for Ridley. Roush throws a hit, comes back to take the puck and gives to Johansson. Kelly Johansson fires, it's deflected just wide. Now Roush trying to center. Ridley chased on the play and out of the zone. Johansson there to get it. Pushes it back into the Penguin end. Both teams changing up the lines. Here's Dineen back to get it. Now over to Hunter, right in front. And it went off Corribo's stick. Just missing. John Druce parked at the side of the net. Back comes DeLorme outside the zone, and as he takes it back in, or rather Coffey bringing it back in, it is offside Penguins.
Coffey examined his cheek like he may have gotten clipped with a stick for just a moment. Pass times in talking about how much he wanted to get back to the National Hockey League. He enjoyed his time as athletic director of the University of Denver, but said he really missed the challenge, that the NFL is the ultimate challenge. I mentioned the 9-7-1 record the Penguins have had since Patrick took over. More importantly, for the Pittsburgh Fortunes, they are 6-3 in games against the Pats division.
There'll be another face-off coming here in neutral ice. Pittsburgh overall has a 10-8-1 mark against the division. The Capitals are even better at 11-7-0. We're past the halfway point in the season, and you can see that the way things are going, it's going to come right down to the 1st of April. Somebody's going to be left out.
Just stay close and get healthy. That's what the Capitals have to do, and they've got to pick up a couple points.
Here's Courtnall in front, and Ridley shoots it wide, and the rebound is cleared out of the zone. Kent Painter has to chase it back to his own end.
Harry, some chances like that. It's a bang-bang play, but when things are going right for the Capitals, those are the ones that will always go in.
Lemieux works the center, gets across the blue line. Ties up with Painter at the blue line. A hit from Hatcher. Over to Ridley. Now Courtnall lofts it rink wide for Kelly Miller. Miller out to center. And Coffey takes over to Tonti. Here's Lemieux at the blue line. Check. And back to Provenka. He throws it inside the Pittsburgh zone. A steal. Cicerelli in front. Off Barrasso. And right at the side of the net, Barrasso leans out to knock it away. Here's a shot deflected, and that rises up into the seats and out of play. 7:33 to go. Pittsburgh holding a lead of 5-3 over the Capitals.
When whippoorwills call,
Blue. Blue heaven.
I heard tonight. Blue heaven.
Labatt's blue.
A turn to the way will lead you to mine.
Imported beer from Canada.
My blue heaven, my blue.
Down to 7:33 remaining in this third period. That two-goal lead for the Penguins still remains. Capitals scored 28 seconds into this third period. They cut it down to 2, but the Penguins have been pretty strong defensively, and the Caps have had some good chances. Unable to put it past Tom Barrasso, who has faced 33 Washington shots tonight. 21 right now, the total for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Remember, the Penguins outshot the Caps 13-8 in that first period when they took the 3-0 lead.
Bob Airey back to chase Dino Cicerelli as the puck is cleared into Pittsburgh territory. Penguins leading 5-3. Calle Johansson at his own line. Works out to center. Johansson keeps it going into the corner for Dino Cicerelli. Now back to Provenka. He centers. And John Tucker cleared out of there by the Penguin defense. Here's Rob Brown. Across the line for Airey. Dino Cicerelli comes back. Leads it ahead for Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher inside the Penguin zone to the corner. Throws it behind the net. Hunter in there after it. Dale Hunter centers. Off Corribo's stick. Played behind the goal, and Cicerelli looks for it. He's jammed up by Denis. Dino Cicerelli steals, turns, and fires, but it's wide to the goal now. The Penguins come back, and Airey throws it all the way down. This will be icing as Painter goes in for it. There's the whistle to stop play with 6:13 left to go in the third.
Penguins really have not necessarily abandoned their offense, Mike, but they just are not getting anything going. They seem rather content just to play it safe. First priority, get it out of the zone, and if they ice the puck, so be it. They feel fairly comfortable with the 2-goal lead. Lemieux's ice time, I think, is maybe decreased penalties just a little bit as the game has gone on. We haven't seen him out there killing penalties. So that's a situation where you normally saw Mario Lemieux all the time for the Pittsburgh Penguins, working the power play and killing penalties.
Mario has a back that is giving him a lot of trouble at this point in the year. And although the Penguins try to hush that up, I would think that would have a lot to do with a bit of a decrease in ice time, just to try and get him as much rest as possible. And if it means keeping him off a penalty killing unit, so be it with a lead. Alan May carries inside the blue line, but we've got penalty calls coming now from Bill McCreary as John Cullen and Dale Hunter get tangled up at center.
Those two had been going at center ice. As the play carried back up the ice, that's when Bill McCreary finally flagged him down. Let's get some more scores from Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Al. Let's get everybody caught up to date on our Washington Post out-of-town scoreboard. In fact, we've got a final for you from the Meadowlands. Good news for the Caps and other teams in the Patrick Division. The division leading New Jersey Devils fall to the Montreal Canadiens 5-2 on their home ice. Also now in the second period, Winnipeg ahead of the Red Wings by 1. 76ers and the Bullets right here on HTS tomorrow night at the Capitol Center. Pre-game show at 7 o'clock. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Hunter gets a call for slashing at 14:22. John Cullen for roughing at the same time. The Twin Cincinnati Miners. No loss in manpower on either side.
At the point is Kite. His shot is knocked down by Sheehy. Led ahead to Courtnall. Courtnall across the line for Kelly Miller. Held up by Coffey. Here's Courtnall walking in on the left wing. Centers it. And just misses Kelly Miller. Sheehy back into the corner for Ridley. Courtnall has lost a glove. Here's a backhand shot right off the chest of Barrasso. And it's cleared all the way down the ice now by the Penguins. Sheehy back in his own zone. Off the glass. Bumps right off the shoulder of McCreary, the referee. Now back to Airy in the corner. Airy takes a swing at Sheehy, and looks like they're both going to get penalty calls, though. Roughing to Airy and Sheehy has complaints as he goes to the penalty box.
You see the action in the corner. There's that first shot by Sheehy, and Airy responds. A correct calls from Bill McCreary, getting them both off the ice. 15:20 is the time of the call. You know, you got that New Jersey loss, Mike. Now, if the Capitals go on and end up losing their 7th in a row tonight, they still remain just 6 back of New Jersey in first place. And you're in a situation where, if you look at the last 10 games for the Capitals, they are 4-6. The New York Rangers are 1-7-2. The Philadelphia Flyers 2-6-2. So the whole thing for the Capitals, as dismal as they've played and all the troubles they've had with the injuries, everybody else in the division has not put them in their way. Rangers and Flyers not playing that well either at this point.
Johansson jams up now with Peterson. Throws it back for Bob Rouse. Johansson drives into the corner. Here's Pavanka back to his own line. 3:55 to play in the third period. Penguins up by 2. 5-3 to score. Here's Pavanka across the line to Cicerelli. Fakes, centers. Tucker hits the side of the net. Back come the Penguins on the attack. Loney from center. Throws it into the corner of the Washington zone. Painter out to Corvo. Skates to center. Gets across the line. Jams up with Zalapsky in the corner. Now Recky's back behind the goal. Over to Bork. Again to Mark Recchi. He speeds to the blue line. Fires wide. Bork chases to the corner. Goose comes out with it, ahead to Steve Leach. Leach inside the Pittsburgh zone. Takes it behind the net. Leach in the corner. Now Corriveau comes on to help him out. Drops it off, and a shot by Goose. Kicked aside by Barrasso. 2:45 to play, third period. At the point, here's Hatcher. And the Caps to within one. Wrist shot, just wide of the net. Back to the left point, Johansson keeps it in. Over to Drews. He's bumped by Deneen. Zalapski into the corner. Now we have a whistle, and play is stopped. There's going to be Hunter coming out of the box as well as Cullen. We'll be right back after this.
Foreman, Cooney, heavyweight sluggers that are back in business. A former world champion and winner of 19 straight fights versus the Fighting Irishman. The Preacher, Big George Foreman. And the Puncher, Jerry Cooney. January 15th, see two of the hardest hitters in heavyweight history. To order this pay-per-view event, call your cable system.
Or see it on closed circuit TV at the Capitol Center.
Well, the Capitals given one more break to try and get back in this game. The Penguins get called for too many men on the ice. 2-minute minor at 17:30 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third period. Capitals with an opportunity to slice it to one on the power play and have another wild finish.
Here's Hatcher at the right point. Throws into the corner. Back to Hunter. On the deflection. Here's Johansson, a drive, and it's wide. On the deflection. Picked up again by Pittsburgh's Barry Peterson. He brings it ahead. And thrown by Coffey into the corner. Calle Johansson back to take it. Caps have a chance. Long lead pass ahead to Ridley. That's across two lines. And the faceoff comes back to the Washington zone.
That's just
a disruption there.
Yeah, that's just a inexcusable mental mistake. In a situation like that, yeah, you want to get the puck going quickly. You want to make sure you try and get as much pressure as fast as you can on the Penguins. But a pass like that, there's nobody on you. There's no pressure. Now you bog everything down, and the faceoff comes back at your end. And very smart for Craig Patrick. Take advantage of it. Bring out Lemieux for the first time this evening to help kill off some of this penalty and see if you can put the game away with a shorthanded tally.
Dino Ciccarelli is on right wing for the Capitals. He has 5 goals and 1 assist throughout this 6-game losing string. But so far has been held pointless tonight. Johansson to center. Left wing pass. Pavanka across the line. Throws it wide of the Penguin net. Into the corner is Tucker. Checked by Lemieux in the play, and he clears it off Johansson's stick all the way back inside the Washington zone. Michael Pavanka behind the net. Spins ahead to Kelly Miller. Miller drops it off. Johansson carries to the line. Into Pittsburgh ice. Again taken away, and this time it's Dahlquist who clears it all the way down. Pavanka to Tucker. Across the line. Drop past Ciccarelli. Back to the point. Shot by Hatcher. Knocked down by Delorme. And again, Pittsburgh comes back. Gillen out to center ice. Ciccarelli takes over. He gives to Courtnall. Courtnall to Ciccarelli. A slap shot. Stick wide. We're in the final minute of play in the period. 20 seconds remaining in the Capitals power play. Here is Coffey. Throwing it back into Washington ice. Mason has to be careful. Lemieux's right on it. But he makes the play to the corner. Hatcher keeps it going. Out to Ridley. Left side. Mason heads for the bench. The Caps put a 6th attacker on. And Courtnall pops it up into the crowd off a stick. With 32 seconds left in the third period. 2 seconds left in the penalty call, which is being served by Rob Brown.
I got to give Tom Barrasso plenty of credit. He has played a very strong game as the Caps turn things around to start the second period with all kinds of pressure. With 32 seconds remaining in the third period, in 40 minutes, Caps Capitals have pumped 29 shots on Tom Barrasso. He has been very, very sharp as the Caps continued to pour it on in this third period, made some sparkling saves, and also got to give a lot of credit, even though the Caps were starting to get more shots, didn't have to face a lot of second shots. He's got to give his defense crew in front of him a good deal of credit for that.
Caps take a timeout here with 32 seconds left to go. 2 seconds left on the power play. And that's where you'll see some sort of set play working, hopefully. Although Washington will have to be very careful because when the penalty expires and Brown comes out, if the Caps keep their net empty, the Penguins will no doubt try to spring Rob Brown free right out of that box.
Brian Murray wants this draw to be taken really by Mike Ridley. He's got Pavanka and Cicerelli in a position to try and head to the front of that net. Actually, it'd probably be more like Pavanka and Courtnall. He wants Cicerelli in a position where he could possibly shake this puck free. I guess it's going to be Tucker to take the draw. He wants Cicerelli, if this draw is over semi-neutralized, to be able to dart in there and try and get it back to Kevin Hatcher.
At the point, here's Hatcher. Feeds it over to Courtnall. Penalty's over. Brown on the ice and a shot hits the post. A shot on the rebound and a goal. What started out as a set play works into some pinball action in front of the net. And the Caps take advantage of it. One shot hit the goal post, but it's now a one-goal game with 25 seconds to go.
Well, they get it to the open man, Jeff Courtnall. Watch him rip this drive off the post. And almost in the same fashion the way Bork scored early in the game when it came pinballing off Hatcher, skates right to him, perfectly onto the stick of Mike Ridley. He drills it in, 25 seconds left to go. One more opportunity for a Capitals miracle. The goal remains empty. The faceoff, though, will be at center ice. Kevin Hatcher is going to have to play a bit of a safety.
Ridley's second goal of the game. Courtnall and Hatcher assisting at 19:35. Now the crunch is on as the puck is cleared back into Pittsburgh ice. Hatcher keeps it inside the zone. It's played out to center. Bork hooked with a high stick. There's going to be a penalty call. Recchi walks in and scores into the empty net. But Phil Bork hooked with a high stick. Bill McCreary will have a look as trainer Skip Thayer comes rushing out on the ice now to see how badly injured the Pittsburgh defenseman Bork is. An empty net goal by Mark Recchi has given Pittsburgh the lead at 6-4. That's Recchi's 14th goal of the season.
Well, Hatcher cannot get that shot from the point through. Bork chips it ahead. Hatcher, in an effort to try and slow him up, gets the stick and the blade of it right in the face of Bork, who slides down. Then Hatcher can't clear the puck out. Recchi following the play with the penalty call coming up. Until the Capitals touch it, the whistle will not blow. Nobody is able to touch it. And Recchi seals this game up for the Penguins, making it 6-4.
Hatcher gets 2 for high sticking. At 19:51.
At 19:51. And the Penguins goal was scored by number 8, Mark Recchi. The assist to Phil Bork.
Recchi's empty net goal is assisted by Phil Bork. Also at 19:51.
The assist goes to Phil Bork at 19:51.
Well, a pretty valiant effort by the Washington Capitals, but a case once again where they just gave the Penguins too much of a lead to work with at the start. Worked once for the Capitals this year, coming back from a 3-goal deficit, but all 3 games that have been played here at the Capitol Center, the Penguins have ended up the first period with a 3-goal lead.
Drews out there to work the faceoff, gives to Sheehy. Ahead for Drews, fires it in, stick wide. There's the horn. The Pittsburgh Penguins use an empty net goal to keep that little bit of margin on ahead of the Washington Capitals. 6-4 the final score, and although the Caps fought to try and catch up, Pittsburgh always stayed just that little bit ahead. Shots on goal in the third period. The Penguins had only 4 for a total of 23 on the season, or on the game, I should say, and 38 for Washington for the night, and that gives them 12 in the third period. Final score tonight, Penguins 6, Capitals 4. Back with more in just a moment.